Hello, my name is Naomi Hewlett. Just how effective is the 12-step approach? Throughout the years, researchers and individuals have developed a variety of approaches and interventions for the treatment of substance abuse. One of these approaches that is still being used today in the United States and throughout the world is the 12-step approach. It all started out in 1934 when Bill Wilson and Dr. Bob Smith founded Alcoholics Anonymous. This group was put together as a support group for alcoholics. And the reason why these two men came together and put this group together is because both of them were former alcoholics themselves. They had a desire to help other alcoholics recover. Bill Wilson was the full-time leader for Alcoholics Anonymous. He also was the author of the book Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12-Step Approach. Because Bill Wilson struggled with alcohol for so long, his wife knew what it was like to live with someone that was an alcoholic. And she had a desire to help other family members that had alcoholics living with them. So she decided she'd like to start a support group for them as well. So with the help of her husband Bill, she put together Al-Anon, which is a support group that is set up for members of alcoholics, their family members that had alcoholics living with them. Some of the things that influenced Bill Wilson for starting the Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12-step approach was he had read a book called The Variety of Religious Experience by a philosopher and a psychologist named William James. Another influence in Bill's life was a Christian evangelical group called the Oxford Group. He met this group and was connected through them through a friend named Eddie Thatcher, who was a former drinking buddy. Eddie was a big help for Bill with seeing him recover from being an alcoholic. With the development of substance abuse, scientists and researchers believe that some individuals are born with it in their genes, that they have the alcoholic gene in their body as well as drug addiction gene. Drug addiction and alcoholic addiction is also a result of a person's social environment. A lot of times individuals are looking to fulfill a void, so they get caught up in alcohol and drugs, and after a while it becomes an addiction. Scientists and researchers also feel that alcoholism and drug addiction is a disease. It's not something that the individual can help. It's they have no control over it. When it comes to the 12-step approach, individuals feel that their hands of their recovery is more in the 12-step program than in the hands of the therapist. And some of the methods for recovery in the 12-step program are they have individual treatment plans. They do an introduction and an assessment when each client comes in. The client has to acknowledge that they have a problem with addiction, and they also have to want the need for help. They also need to surrender their will and be willing to change, accept the 12-step program, make a commitment to change their friends, the places they go to, old routines and ideas, because a lot of times old friends can pull you down and get you drinking or doing drugs again. They want them to attend Narcotics Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous. They want them also to have a sponsor, and a sponsor is someone that's previously been an addict and they have recovered from it, so they're there for their support system. They suggest making new friends. A perfect place to make those new friends is at AA or NA meetings. The person has to be willing to accept that their problem is bigger than what they can handle and recognize that there is a higher power there to help them in their recovery. They have a 24-hour plan focus, and what that means is they focus one day at a time on overcoming their addiction. They don't try to do it all at one shot. It's more of work it out one day at a time. They have telephone therapy. If they need someone to talk to, they can call them. They want them reading the materials of NA or AA. And they also would like them to journal. And in their journaling, they can journal their successes, their struggles, and their thoughts. In conclusion, there is proof and evidence of the effectiveness of the 12-step approach. They actually did a study on the 12-step approach with heroin addiction, and they found it to be effective and cost efficient. They also, the government uses this program, and they use it in their different facilities as well as the veteran hospitals. There is a higher rate of abstinence when a member attends the 12-step program as compared to those that don't. While they did find it to be effective, they also found that the study was a little indecisive. And the reason why they felt it wasn't complete was because some of the clients moved away before the study was completed. There also was difference in the factors with some of the individuals. Some of them have a little bit more support system. Some of them also might have attended church where other ones hadn't. And so they weren't sure if the finding was quite accurate because of the differences there. Outpatient family therapy was rated the most effective. Now when they looked at the rates and percentages, it wasn't a whole lot higher than the 12-step, but it was a fraction higher. And when we look at the differences, we can find that the 12-step program is still being effective because it's been used for 82 years already, and it's still in effect. They're still using it throughout the world and even in the United States. So we know that numerous individuals are benefiting from it, or it wouldn't have stood the test of time. Okay.